All right, everybody, what's up? It looks like I'm officially live for the very first time on YouTube. We're using our brand new little streaming guy here, so give me a second. I'm actually pulling it up on my phone. You can fast forward to about a minute in because in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of how you can use Chatmatic, our system, to start building an email list. You don't want to build the biggest email list. I'm going to flip something on its head. You don't want to build the biggest email list. You want to build the best email list. And the best way to build the best email is to actually get people into a conversation. I'm going to show you how we do that. First, though, I just want to check and make sure that I'm actually live streaming this. I have no idea if this is actually working, so it's always nice to see. All right, it looks like it is actually live. So awesome, everybody. Let's go ahead and we're going to hop pretty much right into this. You're going to see exactly what I do to build my email list, how I get hundreds of emails every single week. You can do this with free traffic and paid traffic. My recommendation for everybody who's watching this is you should set this up no matter what. You should set one of these up for your business at all times to retarget to everybody who came to your website. So pretty simple, right? Somebody comes to your website, you retarget to them, bringing them back. And the bot that I'm going to be showing you, the automation I'm going to be showing you today, really kind of stems around the idea that you want to ask people what reason they had for not getting your product. So if you're doing this at e-commerce, this works phenomenally. If you're working with digital products, this is amazing. Local business, phenomenal. So let's take a look. Let's dive right in. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this, and hopefully you should still see the audio. You should still be able to hear and all that. So I'm just going to double check on all of this. Awesome. Feel free to comment, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this as we go through. Pretty exciting stuff. So first and foremost, let me explain. Chatmatic is a messenger bot automation tool, right? And basically what you're seeing on my screen here is a fan page homepage, right? So from within here, when you get subscribers, you can see all your subscribers. You can see all the data that you have on those subscribers. So you'll see right-hand side. You'll be able to soon see in the middle there all of your live chats. So it's pretty simple stuff. But here's the thing. I think too often people are confusing what Messenger really is. No, this is leaning a little. Let's fix that. I think that people are confusing what Messenger actually is supposed to be. And for me, Messenger is really a tool that allows you to build a funnel that runs through Messenger, right? So let's talk about it as a funnel, and I want to walk you through how we actually build these. So the first thing that you have to understand when you're building a Messenger funnel is how are you going to get people in, right? That's the biggest question. That's the thing that stops everybody from going in and doing this, right? So first thing I want to do is I want to walk you through a list building campaign that we recently just built for a wine company. So I'm going to show you local business, and then I'm going to show you digital affiliate businesses because I think that it's really important to see both of those. So the first thing that you've got to understand with Messenger to get really good at it is the entry points. So we might as well talk to face a little bit here. So the entry points are just how am I going to get somebody into Messenger, right? Let's imagine for a second you understand that you can build these automations, right? It's just a pre kind of worded or pre-set up conversation. It's a path, right? Much like you would do on a landing page, but you can do it in steps instead of doing it all in one chunk. So imagine a conversation versus a billboard, right? Way more effective to use the conversation method. So when doing this, the first thing that you've got to understand is, okay, I can build these automations. That's great. I'll show you in Chatmatic how we can build them and how it can be done in seconds. I think what separates people who are good with Messenger or like using it and kind of playing around from those who are great is understanding how to get people into Messenger. So if you can understand the entry points, then it's like, okay, here at this phase I can do something. At this phase I can do something. So everybody's different, but I want to first show you guys one example, right? So in Chatmatic, we did this wine demo list builder campaign. So let's go ahead and show you a little bit bigger on my screen here. And essentially, this is our message builder, right? We wanted to make it super simple. That way, when you go in, you get somebody in Messenger, and you focus on that sequence that they're in at the time. I don't want you really focusing right now when you build your first engagement. You shouldn't be focusing on what can I do in 10 days from now, because Messenger kind of restricts how many messages you can send. What I want you to do is focus on the lead generation aspect. Let's grab their information ASAP, right? But every business has a different way of doing this. So I want to show you how this functionality, how this system, how Messenger can build you a better list. And for local business, it actually builds you a bigger one, but it's a better one. So let's walk through the steps of this and let me show you how this builds you a better list. Let's imagine you're in a wine shop. I was recently. I love wine. And on the counter to check out, there was a little like printed piece of paper that said, write down your email. That's all it said. Didn't give us any description of what that would do, didn't tell us why, just said, write down your email. So apparently some people have done that. And I looked at it and said, this just feels really old. Why don't we give you a scan code, a little QR code, and underneath it, put a little URL if somebody wants to type it. And that way people can subscribe to your Messenger account, and let's go from there. So let's play this out. Somebody's about to check out. They see the little scan code. They're like, oh, what's that? And they say, oh, it's our newsletter and our Insiders Club. Scan that with your phone, and it'll open it up. So, of course, the scan code works great, and it will open this message. And I'll show you how this happens. The first beginning of this message, we have a 2-second typing delay. Then it has a little GIF of somebody drinking a massive thing of wine. And it basically says, okay, great. Early access to exclusive wine deals and tastings, behind the scenes access to special offers, be in the know about what's happening at Crew. These are just a few of the reasons why our newsletter is the best that wine has to offer. Click or type your email below to register. Notice, this is a lead generation funnel. Right away, we're asking for their email address, but we're doing so in a way that gave us the ability to describe it to them. For those of you guys who are in the email marketing game, or if you know anything about marketing, you understand likely that that basically sounds like a landing page, right? We have a couple of bullets. We tell them to type in their email or confirm it. The nice thing with Messenger is their email address is going to show up right away. They don't have to type it. They can literally just click the email. So now we have a lower barrier to entry because they don't actually have to type anything. So that's really nice. Second, these load really fast, which is great. So now they give us their email address, which is what they had intended on doing in the beginning anyways. So a lot of times people just stop right there. Okay, I got their email. That's what I wanted. Let's call it a day. Well, we don't do that. So you can see down here, the next step, when they do that, we basically say, okay, you're in. Let's take the relationship to a whole new level. And then I said, tell me, what is your favorite type of wine? You can also say red, white, Italian. Hold on, here we go. You can also say red, French, Italian, sweet, dry, or any of the above. We want to make sure that you're the first on the list to know when we have rare and special wines, right? So now what we're doing is we're saying, okay, we're not just a newsletter. Now let's get to know this person. And this is where the conversation really comes into play and ultimately makes this a much more powerful setting for building a list, because now we can get to know this person. We're not just saying, hey, enter your name and email address and hopefully you do this thing on the next page. Let's imagine that you're selling a weight loss product. You could then ask somebody in this step, why don't you tell me a little bit about your weight loss journey? Give or take, how many times have you tried, different diet products? Get to know the person, right? I would love to know in the comments, for those of you guys who are watching this live, let me know. Does that resonate with you? The idea that we're building a better list now, right? So we've already got their email. We've got them in Messenger. We've got them in email, and I'll explain how we monetize both of these. But now at this point, what we're doing is we're getting to know that person. Okay, so how many times have you tried to lose weight? How many diets have you been on? Do you go to the gym, right? But in this case, for the wine company, we're basically saying, what's your favorite kind of wine? If we know their favorite wine is red wine, we could then do an ad to people who said their favorite wine was reds and only show them reds. Or immediately afterwards, what we can do, and you'll see, when they answer that, basically what we do is we show them a GIF of pouring wine, and it says, awesome. We'll have a glass of that ready for you when you come in. Lastly, before you go, did you know that our company has our own Wine of the Month Club? So now they've joined our email list because they like what we do, right? Now imagine again, we can put these scan codes at the bar. So when they're sitting at the bar by themselves getting a little work done, they scan it, they join our email list. Now we're getting more subscribers for them, more people on their wine list, which is great. But now we're also announcing the fact that we have a Wine of the Month Club, because it's awkward when, a bartender comes up to you and is like, hey, do you want to get in our Wine of the Month Club? Now they don't have to. Now the actual, newsletter subscription service can do that. Now again, now not only are we getting to know our subscribers, know our customers a little bit better. So now we know Susie, we have her email address, and we know that she loves red Italian wine. Well, now we're also going to say, did you know we had a Wine of the Month club? Well, they'll say, yes, I did. So let's say they say, yes, I did. The answer for that would be like, oh, okay, the little cheers gif. Awesome. So you know about it. Are you currently in it? It says, yes, I love it, or no, not yet. So if they say no, I didn't know about it, we have a link right here that sends them to them. So now think about this. They subscribe to our email platform, and now in the same sequence, they're now going to know, and they've been asked the whole way, like, do you want to hear about our wine club? Tell me more about it. They could stop at any point, right? That's what's really cool about this, is the people who go to this level, now they're educated. They know that we have a Wine of the Month club. They know that they're on our newsletter. Think about the indoctrination process that happens there. So what I did was I made a little carousel, you can see right here, that shows the perks of what you get when you actually join the Wine of the Month club. And then there's a link at the bottom and at the end here that has a $40 a month option, $75 a month option, and $150 a month option. They can click that and literally go and sign up for the Wine of the Month club right there on the spot. It obviously gives them more details and whatnot. And then if they say, going back, if they say, yes, I know about the Wine of the Month club and I'm already in it, well, now we can say, awesome, do me a favor. And this is a really cool opportunity. There's something called an NPS, which is a Net Promoter Score. For those of you guys who are a little bit higher end on the marketing side, getting an 8, 9, or a 10 means that somebody is like really likely to tell their friends about you, right? If they're anywhere between like, I think a 4 to 7, there's opportunity to be made better. And a 0 to 3 obviously means like you're not doing so well. So essentially when they answer that, it gives us the opportunity now to say, if let's say they answer 8, 9, or 10, we can send them right over to an answer that says, hey, here's a link, share this with your friend and tell them about our newsletter, right? And so now they can literally share directly in Messenger to a friend and say, you should sign up for this. This is my favorite wine club, or I was telling you about this the other day, or this is where we met for lunch a week ago, right? Now they're building their list virally without having to even have people in this shop. They're growing their list through friends of friends, right? Now, a 0 to 3, you could redirect them to a message that says, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. And I'll just show you guys a bigger screen here. If you did 0 to 3 here, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We want to take a chance to make this better. Please tell us what you didn't like, right? And then again, you can do, and you'll see there at the bottom, we have something called a user input, which is where my mouse is. A user input means, okay, this is where you can ask a question and they get to type whatever they want, right? So using Chatmatic, you can do what's called, these are down here, these are called quick replies. This up here is called a button. If you look at this carousel, right here, these are buttons. So buttons can link out to URLs. Quick replies can send new messages. We can pre-populate their email address like you see in the starting sequence here. So this only took me about 45 minutes to put together. I did it live and I did it for all of my members in Chatmatic, which is obviously a huge aspect for them. All of the people in my template club got this template. Imagine how easy this would be to sell to a wine club. The same exact technique that I just showed you. Hey, we'll give you this. Only thing that you have to do now is set it up to where when you collect their email, it triggers some level of automation so that it takes the email in real time and puts it in the email autoresponder system. So now you don't even have to do anything manually. You set it up and you monitor it on a monthly basis, and you can charge them a pretty good amount of money because they're making, more subscribers. They're meeting new people. They're selling the Wine of the Month club. And imagine if you're charging somebody $350 a month, but they're making $300 because, they have 2 new people join the Wine of the Month club every month. Well, that adds up. And so now you're generating more and more and more revenue for them. So this is a really, really cool opportunity. And I wanted to also show you now, that was an example of like a local business. The way that 99% of you are going to resonate with this the most is to look at this from, how do I build my list? Now, let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to see if I can't load this up. Let me know in the comments, are you currently building your list? Do you have an email list? And have you thought about building an email list? Because in my opinion, that's the #1 thing that you can do. Now, I don't know if it's going to show me the chat. Okay, cool. So Glenn, thank you for commenting. Q, what up? So let me know, are you actively building your list? Have you tried to build your list? Is that something that you want to be able to do? Because I'm going to show you real quick. It's very, very simple to build your email list using the exact same philosophy I just did. Now, I call these lead gen bots, right? These are basically like a lead gen funnel where you send somebody to Messenger, you ask for their email, and then you continue down a path of getting to know them. There is a reverse option for that. You can absolutely send them into Messenger, get to know them first, then ask for their email, and now you're really only getting people who are super qualified. But let me just kind of describe and show you here. Let's go ahead and switch back. Let me just describe and show you a very simple way to kind of build your list. And I'm going to base this off of, let's say I was trying to build my list for Chatmatic, right? Now we already have some pre-built ones here. I've got a great bot here for a restaurant viral quiz. I've got some really awesome ones, but I'm going to show you guys this 149 Messenger sequence. So it's really simple, right? You would run a very basic ad on Facebook that sends people into Messenger, and this message would fire up. And basically it says, okay, let's talk seriously. I thought of having to get clients. The thought of having to get clients can be kind of sucky at times, right? Well, it doesn't have to be. And then it has this little carousel where it says when you have the ability to get clients results, it makes it easy. The key to getting clients is being able to get them results and having confidence and understanding what can be done. Let me show you how to do this. Confirm your email below to get the 21 page Messenger Profit Field Guide, right? So then they would confirm their email. Well, that's the same thing that you can do in any niche. I don't want you guys to overcomplicate this, right? No matter what niche you're in, and let's say you're in e-commerce. One of the great ways to build your email list in e-commerce is to retarget to everybody who's been to your store but didn't buy, offering them, some level of discount, showing them different products, but getting to know them. And in the first step, ask for their email. It's very simple. We also do contests where you can do like hey, in 7 days we're giving away a $200 gift store to our gift card to our store. Comment below to enter, and you have comment triggers and things like that. But you can see this message is only 2 steps. And one of the big things that I want everybody to take away from this video is you don't need 10, 15, 20, 50 step messages to be able to get this thing rolling. And I think that's one of the things that separates Chatmatic from other platforms is you'll notice this is a keyword message. This is what you would use in Facebook ads interface to drive ads into Messenger, right? You get subscribers in Messenger. You've now captured their email address. And now when you capture their email address, just like a thank you page, you would have a link down here that says, hey, watch this full training, right? Or whatever it is, like whatever the cookie is at the end of the day, like, hey, sign up for this free 21-page guide. Okay, here's a link to go download the guide, right? Don't deliver it in Messenger because now you can send them over to a website and now you've got them like in the atmosphere that you want them in. We're building a list, right? We're really focusing on generating that list. Now, what's cool is, am I saying that you should, get rid of every single landing page? No. But you can really get to know people better. You can also develop that relationship. And here's the key ingredient to why these work so well. Let's say my average lead costs me $5, but in Messenger it costs me $7, right? To collect somebody's email might cost me more sometimes in Messenger. It typically is about exactly the same, but let's say, for instance, the value of that lead is higher because my ability to reach them is higher. Here's an example. Let's say it costs me $5 to get an email address. When I send an email to that person, which is my only way, if I send them to a landing page and I collect their email, my only way of being able to reach them is sending them an email, right? So I send them an email, maybe 30% will open, okay? Maybe 30%. If I get somebody to Messenger for $7, I can get 80 to 90% of people to open when I send a Messenger ad into Messenger. And think about that. For less than double the cost, I have more than double the effective marketing pattern, right? And this makes things open up really, really well for us. And then also, don't forget, as soon as you get somebody into this sequence, this simple, basic 2-step sequence, inside of Chatmatic, you can go to Campaigns. Let me just switch this. You go to Campaigns, Add New, and you can do something called a follow-up message. Now, follow-up messages are great because you can say, okay, let's do demo follow-up. And inside of Chatmatic, there's 3 things that you can do to a subscriber as they go through a campaign, right? One is they subscribe to a message, right? And in this case, let's say they subscribe to the $149 a month sequence that I was just showing you. So as soon as they subscribe to that, right? As soon as they see that first message, they don't even have to click their email. As soon as they see it, they qualify as subscribing to that campaign. So now, when they subscribe to that campaign, I can hit next. I can wait 22 hours. and then I could send this 5-minute follow-up message. So and I call it 5-minute follow-up message. I could send any message that I want to them, right? So within 24 hours in Messenger, you're allowed to send marketing messages. So I can consistently market my business within that 24 hours. And there's some really cool tricks and techniques that you can use that really blow this up. But this makes it to where now I can get 2 messages to them. I can ensure that they're seeing the content that I want them to see. And I can get this done in minutes. I didn't have to build some elaborate, crazy map in order to get this done. I literally just go in here, click save, and now I've got one, nice 2-step message to get their email address. And then within 22 hours, I'm hitting them up, maybe saying, hey, I would love to, I just wanted to make sure that you got access to the 21-page field guide. Click yes if you did. Click no if you didn't. If they click no, they can get access. They can go and watch your special training. So it's a really good follow-up. And if they say yes, well, now you've got their email, so on and so forth. So this is just a great example of how you can go about, anybody can go about building their list and actually generating more sales. So the easiest and most effective thing that I wanted to show you really quick is how you can go about actually generating, that email list. So I'm just going to do email list merge demo. Okay. Now I would run an ad that, let's say I am running an ad that says, come here to get 25% off or what, again, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to say 25% off coupon, right? Let's say that's your ad, is you're running an ad that says, hey, if you click here, we're going to tell you how you can get 25% off our store right now. That's not a very good incentive, but for the demo purposes, you'll get it. I click start building. And now all I have to do is I can put in images, right? Let's just say we'll put it in GIF. I'll put in a party GIF. So we're going to do a little party here. And I'm going to move it up to the top. And then in here, I'm just going to say, okay, great. We're going to email you your discount code. Click your email or type it below. Now, you can make it pretty by adding some emojis, right? I'll just type email. Bingo. And then here's how easy it is to pre-populate somebody's email address and to capture it. All you do is you go to add quick reply, action, email, save, or edit next message. Now, what's going to happen is whenever they see this message, their email is going to be pre-populated at the bottom of that. That's how simple it is to grab somebody's email inside of Messenger, which is great. It, again, reduces that barrier to entry, makes it very, very simple for you to get people's email address. I've not seen anything that makes it easier than this. And people are much more willing to give you their email. As a matter of fact, we have some really interesting stats on this. 81% of people who see their email in a Messenger message will click it, which is really great. And that's in our own internal testing. Whenever we prompt somebody to give us their email, 81% actually get to the next step, which means that they gave us their email. That is unbelievable. You can't match that stat with a landing page. So now we're building that email, and then in this automation area, you can set up automations in Chatmatic to automatically and instantly send their email, first name, last name, all the data that you have about them. You can send that out to another party, which is great. So your autoresponder gets their email right away. And then all you do is you make a step 2 that has maybe a little video of you in there, maybe a carousel, a card. This is a drag and drop easy interface to be able to build in. And the one thing that I would suggest for everybody is to go in and create a 2-step lead generation funnel. And just make something to where when somebody comes into Messenger via an ad, that they get this 2-step, hey, give me your email and I'll give you this free gift. Okay, great. Now go check out this website where it's a sales page or an affiliate offer or whatever. And you'll start to, $5-10 a day, you'll really start to develop a really cool relationship with your list. And then here's what's really cool. This is the kicker, is you can eventually, when you get 1,000 leads in Messenger, 1,000 Messenger subscribers, you can run something called sponsored messaging. And sponsored messaging means you can send them, marketing material whenever you want. And I'll do another video to explain that. Do me a favor, give me a 1 out of 5. What do you guys think of this? Leave me a comment. Did you enjoy this? Do you like YouTube Lives? Do you enjoy watching them? Do you watch them on a replay? Let me know if you're watching this on a replay. I want to get a little bit of feedback. I've never done a YouTube Live before, so this is the first time. But I would love to hear. I'm going to be paying attention to these comments. Let me know what you think about this training. Aside from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys all on the next one. Take it easy.